for watching Unguided, guys. Like and subscribe.
Okay, should be clear. I believe I hit her. Oh. Just swamp dogging. Ah.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Unguided. I did a video a few weeks ago about cooking elk backstrap, a YouTube short, and it did pretty good, and a lot of people liked it, so I decided I'm going to make a video of doing a full start to finish backstrap from a whitetail. It's the same as an elk, just smaller. This is a doe I shot this morning. It's getting late in the season here in Georgia. It's a few days after Christmas. So I needed to go ahead and punch some doe tags to fill the freezer out. But right now I'm just going to show you how we do it. We've got, I've already taken the skin off and dropped the guts and removed the tenderloins and the heart right here. Now the next step is going to be to take these back straps. So what you're looking for, this is the spine right here. And you can feel it with your hand in there. That's going to be your first guide. So what you want to do is work your blade at the top of the hind quarter and just work down the spinal column. Just like so. And you get your finger in there and you can feel it actually. And you're gonna cut all the way to the top of the ribs. The rib cage is right here, and that's what's gonna stop your blade, and this is your first cut. So once you feel rib bone, you see here the knife is rolling down the bones, there's no meat left there. You wanna go all the way to the back of the shoulder. Now you've got your first cut. Top of the hind, come over, just like this. And here is the transverse process of the spine. There's a little bone line right here, and you can feel, get your finger under there, you can feel the bottom of this whole loin is on the top right here. So what you want to do is get the other side started and stay in, keeping your blade angled down. You'll want to stay down the rib so you don't want to lose meat. It's kind of like filleting a fish sort of, and you'll keep going down that rib cage just like that. Cross it over at the top of the shoulder. And once we've got both sides cut, it's pretty loose in here. So you want to stay, pull the meat out, and then just work your blade right down that spinal column. And it'll just fall out. And there you have it, a whitetail backstrap. This is my favorite cut of meat on the entire animal, hands down. Some people are tenderloin fans, some people are heart fans, some people even eat the liver, but I still think that the backstrap is the best thing on the deer. Same process on the other side, straight down the spine into the back of the shoulder, just like so. Then you'll have a flat line where the spine is. Kind of start peeling him back. So now I've got that line cut. Now the next thing is going to be to come right here. Again, staying right on top of the ribs. Don't want to lose any meat from this, with it being the best cut from the deer. Down into the shoulder, and they pull right out. Just like that. Now that side's pretty much ready to go. This is what's called silver skin. When I get it on the table in the kitchen tonight, I'm gonna go ahead and take that out. You really want to take that silver skin off, or it's gonna be really gamey and really tough and really hard to eat. But just as organic as it gets right here. So excited about this tonight. Okay, so we're back at the house now. We got our back strap right here. First thing we're gonna do is remove the silver skin off the top, and you just want to basically run your knife blade underneath, just like so. Want to pull the fat off of it. This right here, you can see red here and then silver right here. That's the silver skin. So you want to get your blade under there and cut that off. So that's the color and the consistency you're looking for right there. You gotta, that's what you want. You need to remove this silver skin, because if you leave it on there, it's gonna be really tough and it's gonna be really gamey. here, come down this side. It's all right if you lose a little bit of meat. You can see here where there's just a little bit of it, but you gotta get it off some way. And that's just kind of part of it. So we're gonna come down here and start on this end. It's mainly just on the top side of the loin is where the silver skin is, but you've also got pockets of fat here and there, like down the side of it right here. You wanna get that fat off as well. Venison is not like beef fat. You definitely want to get rid of as much of it as possible. It goes rancid very, very quickly. We're going to pull that fat off. And there's a line of fat right here on the bottom side we're going to remove. Go ahead and get all that off. The goal here is to just have a long loin of solid red meat, and we're going to cut that into steaks and sear it in the cast iron. So a lot of people bleed their deer out for days on end, weeks even. I found with Backstrap, I like to just bleed it out for that afternoon and go ahead and put it in the freezer, and I'll either put one in the freezer and then eat one that night because I like it fresh. If you just leave it sitting on ice all day long, it'll bleed out a little bit, and there's nothing quite like it. It's my favorite part of the deer for sure. Just taking these small pockets of fat out. Get that separated. That's good for your dogs. It ain't good for you, but it's good for your dogs. So give it to them if you got them. So we're just still removing this fat, and then we've got just a solid line of red meat here. So we got our fat Backstrap, fat removed. A lot of people like to butterfly it. I like to cut about a 2-inch cut, just about like this. So I'm gonna do it like that. The trick you can butterfly it by just going about 3/4 of the way down, then sawing the next one. Then you can cook it like so. You can make your steak a little larger if you want like that, but I prefer to cook them as single pieces. I'm gonna chunk these up. Okay, so now we have our cuts, and now we're gonna go to the seasoning. So what I'm gonna do here, pretty simple really. A lot of people like to season the hell out of your stuff. If you like to do it, go ahead and do it. But stuff like this, and with beef especially and venison, I find that the less seasoning, the better. You gotta just let the meat speak. This is natural organic meat that was walking around this morning, and it really doesn't get much better than that. But what we're gonna do is go with the supreme pepper and Himalayan pink salt and a little garlic powder. You can cook in the iron with a garlic clove if you prefer to do it that way, but I feel like you get a little bit of better garlic flavor if you go ahead and use the powder. So I'm gonna just mix all this up into a bowl and evenly distribute it amongst the cuts. Okay, you're gonna mix all that up. So that's your 3 seasonings right there. We're just gonna drizzle it on there and then rub it on. You wanna get a nice covering on all sides of it. We're gonna try to sear all sides. You can pat it down, it'll stick to it. Flip them over, get the other side. Y'all seen that stale cracker guy on oh man, he's a, what's he say? He's like, we about to get it, dude.
Oh yeah.
You see that guy? Yeah, he's great. That dude is awesome. So we got them seasoned. Now these are ready to go in the pan. Want to cook real high, almost as hot as you can go. I'm gonna let that heat up. Very important, we're gonna use butter in the skillet. Very important to use unsalted butter. And it's still gonna smoke up the whole kitchen, but it's gonna be absolutely worth it. Here we go, so now we got it hot. We're gonna go ahead and do a whole stick of unsalted butter. or 2 half sticks, if you will. Go ahead and have that. Want to get that melting. And the only other thing, we're going to use a little bit of thyme here. A few sprigs of that. Go ahead. Put that right there. Cut a few of these in half. Okay, so we got our thyme, we got our butter melting. It's about time to start laying them on. So you just want to lay the thick side down if you can. We'll start with the sides. If I can fit them all in there. Okay, now we're going to take the thyme and put it on top. And you're not really wanting to cook it on there, you're just wanting to get the, what do you call it? the aromatics. You want to get the aromatics of the thyme in there. So once you have it on top, you can just start taking your spoon and dumping the butter over the top, and that'll help get all that flavor from that thyme and drip it down the meat. So like this one right here, this one's not quite ready. I hadn't really got the char on it yet right here in the middle, but one like this is getting a lot closer to what we're wanting for a flip. So hell, we can go ahead and flip this one. Go ahead and let that sit. Let that middle one go. That looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and flip that one. That one needs to go a minute. That one needs to go a minute. That one needs more. Getting there. That one's pretty good. We'll go ahead and flip this one. This one just don't want to cook for some reason. That one's still lacking the char that we're looking for. Go ahead and go with that one. Go ahead and flip these. Let that one ride. Go ahead and put a couple more sprigs on here for basting this side. This side has been cooking but hasn't been basted yet. Put that on right there. Got to keep the butter moving on it.
Again, what's the purpose for putting the butter on it?
The butter just keeps the meat moist. It also helps with a gamey. There is a tad bit of a gamey taste to it. The butter helps with that, and it also just keeps the meat moist while we're cooking it on this hot iron. Okay. Well, it ain't gonna be long now. Just really depends on how you like yours done. I prefer to have it a little bit rare, and it's not gonna hurt you to have it a little bit rare. Some people will tell you otherwise, but they're wrong, so. Okay, that's good enough for me. So I'm gonna pull that, go ahead and turn the heat off, and then we bring them over to the cutting board. You got stuff like the thyme sticking to the bottom of the pan. It's always easier to go ahead and scrape whatever stuck to your cast iron off while it's hot before it starts sticking. But that's all right. So that's done its job. And here we are. Time for the moment of truth. See what we're looking like here. Whew. Got those a little more done than I anticipated, but that's a pretty solid rare right there.
One of those big chunks.
Let's see what it tastes like.
That's deer sushi.
Oh yeah. It's got a nice suit to it. Very nice suit to
But yeah, I did this a little more actually than I normally do, but
You're kind of push her down.
still a good solid rare. You can see all the moisture still in there, but just, there's a lot of ways to do it. You can stuff them, wrap them with bacon. A lot of people have a lot of different techniques with them, but it's hard to beat a cast iron skillet. Man, that one got really done. Let's see that one. That's a little better. So you can definitely, and a lot of people will tell you don't even need to do this, but you definitely can leave deer very rare, just like beef. And that's what you're going for. A solid sear on the outside, cool red center. Hard to beat it. Thanks for watching Unguided.